All right. I'm listening only. I'm driving to kindergarten. Take wife from work. Yep. It's all good. It's all good. How you guys doing? How you guys holding up? All right. I need to share my screen as well. Otherwise, we're not gonna reach anything here. By the way, who was here for the members live prize? It was Saki's, right? Ovis a bit, right? Joined but in the middle. Did you guys remember I mentioned that I wanted to see that green low be swept or tap into it and then shoot back out? Didn't I? Did you guys remember I said that? Pretty neatly, right? I think it did its thing. Thank you, Sakis. Thank you for giving me the kick to the nuts there. Baby stuff. I feel like I said it at least, but I don't know. Pretty neatly there though. But yeah, that was a pretty neatly bang bang. But you remember what you said. But you remember what I said yesterday about the last CBC2? Yeah, you mentioned something about it. My idea here was essentially based on the autism levels. Um, I'm gonna see what I can do with it though. Man, should I just open up a freaking signals? Literally, this is too crazy, man. This shit is nuts. You can buy here and sell here. I can't do that, of course, but better just trade from me. Yeah, that's right. That's the right answer, man. But this shit is crazy, man. These levels are nuts. We'll see if I can grab something more today. Where's my freaking? Spanish classics for Rena. Okay. Here you go, like Kai's balls first to hold trades for choice. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Hey, Rena, do you understand what they're saying? This is the Rena stream. This is the Rena intro. Okay, let's change it up. Let's see if you can. Is this a good one, Rena? Chan Chan. This feels like a Renaissance. This feels like a Renaissance. By the way, remember that we're sitting in a voice chat. So you can open your mics literally to chat with. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm sick and tired of this. I'm looking for shorts here. It's up to the other green line up top here, so I want to see it drop to the downside. Should I look for a longer hold on the trade now? It's gonna head back down to this low. I'm gonna get ready for a crazy short here. I want to see that high being ran here. Short maybe from 2870. See if you can. Now I'm shorting earlier. Why are you listening to sad music, man? It's a great day to be alive. Watching that. Like that. I feel like I'm gonna miss this long move to the downside here. Pretty sure it's gonna blow to the downside. Dun, dun. Let's see what we have going on here. 2, 3. Might just run up into this high then drop as well. Let's see if I get an entry here. I'll take a short here. Dun, 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 dun. Hold on 1 second. Let's see if it's giving me a short here. I wanted to run down into that ISS. We can also see a price running up here, taking to this green and then shooting back up again because we ran straight through it. I'll for sure is above 855. Yeah, that's about my idea as well. But I think price can run back up into this green candle here and then run down. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Looking at the tick charts. Or looking at the 1 minute chart, but focusing down on how it's moving here. One more up or maybe. Looks nice. Yeah, I should most likely look to drop here now. We can see a push back up to this area here, 863. That's possible, but I don't want to continue. I don't want to see it go higher than 863. If it does, it's gonna run into that green candle, and that's definitely when I'm gonna look for a short. So. There it is. I think it's gonna start to move higher for here in a bit. Actually, run down maybe into the CBC or even a bit prior. Actually, so we have the move down and then move back up. That'd be efficient, but again, this high right in here is the interesting one. Again, 863 is the area I didn't want to see ran. If we want to continue lower from here, right? And if you take the short here, you should already be in that trade. But again, I prefer it to run that green candle high there. Maybe have a sequence to turn around at this bottom here and then. So idea is to run that low, have a 2, set that up, go up in here, create that 3, look for ticks, down. That's it. That's the current idea. Let me get rid of this so it doesn't have 5 billion squiggles on the line, right? On the chart. But man, this sucker played out beautifully. Bang, bang. Like explained in the live, right? Freaking nuts. Wonder if well, I'm sitting on 9 hours on the day, so I'm actually I'm gonna be a bit more restrained. I had a great day yesterday, so I'm already at 30 hours before the middle of the week, which is great, right? So I'm gonna go a bit easy today. Slow it down a little bit. I had to push myself very hard. See if that 2 on the downside CBC can run us higher there. I'll be very clean. It's essentially it's not been ran yet. Um, oh, it's just left. As soon as he heard that, he just left. Right. We haven't swept that low yet. But it's fine if we go up there without it. So this is where you start to look for longs to confirm to the downside here. Um, it's not showing signs of wanting to move lower yet. Maybe if we run above this high, do we run above it? That's going to give enough to potentially shoot us a tiny bit down here. See if we get some sort of reaction away from it. Pretty neat reaction there, obviously. Um, we'll see if it can come back up there. Otherwise, that's a pretty neat short. Again, it's important to get your confirms, right? Confirms from the schedule model. Otherwise, at the end of the day, you'll be screwed, right? Um, and we can agree on that thing, right? We need our confirms. Otherwise, most of the times when you don't get your confirm, usually leads to you not being able to grab along to the trade, which means that you will most likely be stopped out if you don't get your confirm, right? Price will always tell you where it's going to move and if that's going to happen, right? And that's why it becomes easy to read at the end of the day. Um, because you know when to be into a trade, when to get out of a trade. And the same way you get in, the same way you get out. At that point, it's nothing is really random, right? It's acting kind of weak up here, um, in terms of going lower, meaning it's not strong to the downside, um, or is it, right? But it's sort of giving signs that it doesn't want to move all the way down there. We can potentially see price moving back down in here, and then start to give a shoot to the upside at maximum, actually. So why this idea will most, if it happens, it will most likely look like this instead, and then maybe that. I feel like it's again giving signs of weakness to the downside. One might want to go higher, but we don't have a CBC until down here. So I still, if price looks to be efficient here, it's at least gonna run into that low right there. Um, Potentially even better point would be down here to head back up higher, if that's the case. And then we'll have to decide what happens next. It's always about adapting to the market, right? So even though this might not play out, you still could have grabbed a couple points from this. I still believe it is gonna play out in one way or another, but 14 points, it's decent. If it wants to go down, it's gonna go down after this red high here. It's now that it should go down if it wants to go down. It's sort of the last, point where it should start to have more volatility to it. It's gonna push harder, either up or down. You know, at the end of the day, we're still in this move, right? We're still in that move, so that could definitely happen. Um, but I just find it more beautiful. Let's say, let's call it beautiful. If price did a fail to the downside, and then either way just went up higher, just to come back down and have some sort of efficient sequence, because now we don't have a sequence to the upside essentially, right? So it's no turning point, but story thing, yeah, 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 yeah. That's right. Story is the shit, man. It's really good. Um, don't we just love the story? That's the reaction from that last point in price. Pretty neat reaction there as well. See, it looks like it's gonna want to head back up higher. I believe it's um, this is gonna be a low of interest. Let me get rid of this. This is in the way now. That would be the low of interest. Did we sweep that high with that red candle's high? Oh, it's an equal. Hmm. We're like inside a CBC without being inside a CBC, which is crazy. So it's no wonder it's going sort of sideways here in these candles. Now, since we did that, now we could technically say that we have this, which is doable, but I would still want to see it go down here, though. Give a pretty nice reaction from that candle. Nice reaction from here. You could have scalped the living crap out of this, by the way. But yeah, since that got ran, I'm more bullish to run higher here, actually, on the upcoming, minutes. But anybody catch a long or short out of this? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Good stuff. There it is. Yeah. Um. So now we have that three, the bigger three, right? Playing out up top here. Um. Less clean, or actually, we could view it as more clean because that too succeeded to run that high as well. Um. But I do really want to see price heading back down to that two specifically now. This is absolutely the point where we can. Oh, well, I don't have to look at that. That's past price. This is absolutely could be the upcoming highs here that are gonna take place here. Could be the very last point where price can run back down here, bounce on that sucker, move higher pretty neatly. See if price runs these two lows here. That would be some sort of a small sequence to turn around. That's the first indication, running two lows. Second indication would be price doing that or running that low as well. That's the second indication. Do you see how it expands more and more and more here? Um, but this is essentially, it. How it expands over these candles, right? Goes from CBC into the sort of ISS into the shit show, right? Pretty obvious. Wouldn't you say that that is a pretty obvious move after creating that three? Yeah, based around the story, right? Um, CBC. So based on this, we can probably have a see if it did it run that low. Yeah, it did. So that's a 2 on the tick chart that just succeeded. So it's a 3 on the tick chart. Let's see if it runs that high. It would most likely want to do that, at least into here. If it wants to hold efficient, so-called. If it doesn't, then the 872.25 is definitely something that can be held on to for a bit later. There it is. Yep. And that's the reaction away from it. 4 and 5. So now we can potentially see us. Now we have to look at that and that. But it's most likely based on the story going down, running itself down here, right? Just like that. And see if it runs that low. It has not yet told us. There it is. Yep. Beautiful. Yep. Run down there. Can have a reaction up here. Solid reaction. Ooh. Oh, yeah, that's the reaction I was expecting from that sucker, right? Look at, I think both of those two highs are gonna be get ran, but something crazy would be if just that high was ran now. That'd be freaking nuts. Just either an equal or yeah, it wasn't able to go up there. Either an equal or just a tick above it. Absolutely nuts. Now I'm looking instead at this sucker here. Get rid of this. My idea is still to go down here. Now it just has a reason to go down, right? A big sequence to turn around, right? No, that's a right, Rana. That's a right. Yeah, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, no worries, brother. No worries. See you around, man. See you around. Um, Saki, Sovis, and Kai, does this make sense? Right? This is not some new info for you guys, right? This is what we do every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's nothing necessarily new, right? Just wanted
Yeah,
to
nothing.
make sure.
Earlier, I wanted to have a limit order here, the
We're at
48.
48.
Yeah, so I'm looking now. Maybe I don't have the limit order yet, but now see these two breathing rooms as one breathing
Yeah.
room.
Oh, yeah. High time frame.
Yeah, for a reaction from there, something like that.
Yeah, that's
But
pretty neat.
more, more confirmation to go higher. My story is to go 22 somewhere, 922,
Oh,
maybe
922,
higher.
you're looking for longs?
Yeah. No, actually, I was looking for longs,
Yeah.
and then I switched to shorts. Now I'm confused. Now I'm in between. Now I'm like, okay, on a higher level, we can go to 795
Right.
and above. we can go to 22, 922, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I'm the same, right? It's um the only thing that I know till this point, it will be down here, right? Sort of could be the draw. That's why I'm saying that I would like to see price go at least down to here, and then do the sequence to decide
Yeah.
for us, so we don't have to decide for ourselves, right? Just let it play out, and show us the way. Um, but that's why I'm looking for that low to be taken down here, that too, and then essentially take this based on what it looks like.
We didn't have still a clean CBC to the downside.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's too heavy, man. It's too heavy. I feel like it's because it wants to head down there because of that three and that two sitting down here. You're most likely getting some sort of reaction from here, right? Just because we're sweeping the two breathing rooms like that.
Yeah.
Um, and then
I would,
potentially heading back down here, and then having the breathing room to be taken out to create that two to head back lower. But did we sweep the low on the first tap there, or was it right after this? Yeah, it was right after we swept that low, right? This low here. This one didn't sweep it. This one didn't either. And when we then swept it, that's when we get the reaction up, telling us that we're mostly going to be bearish from here. But they would need a lot of things in order. My bad. A lot of things need to be in place, right, to get that short.
now I'm more bullish actually because we swept those two breathing rooms, the merged ones,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking for longs now
Yeah, yeah,
again.
that makes sense. But I'm assuming I'm actually more or less looking for shorts in terms of it depends, of course, what it's doing up in here. If it this just drops, then I'll be more bearish, right? Um, but if price starts to go up here, create a beautiful breathing room in here, then I would most likely be looking for longs, even though this sucker down here is screaming to be taken out, essentially.
I understand. I
Yeah.
mean, you see the push from the opening, right? So we have a big push, and
Yeah.
now we're sort of consolidating, trying to see if we're gonna fail a sequence to turn around.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for a current time frame or even bigger time frame sequence to turn around
Yeah,
to the
exactly.
downside
Exactly.
still. So
Yeah, it's
that's
not
fine.
giving us too much info here, right? It's I'm still waiting for some sort of sequence to tell us exactly what's going to happen, and then I'll be participating in those things. But still, just looking to read it right now. Starting to look like if it runs that low, it's a beautiful breathing room there. But that's why I was early on the ball here, expecting price to fall down, sweep that too, and then potentially run aggressively into this ISS down here, into then pushing up higher, right? Sort of
Yeah,
the idea, but this
feel
has
like
been
the
playing out
pressure
beautifully, but it's just been
price is contracting right now.
yeah.
So
You're seeing
something
that.
explodes.
Yeah, it's gonna be something explosive out of this any second. Hold on, just a sec. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. What did you say, Sakis?
I said that I'm more ready for longs than shorts.
Yeah,
So
it really much looks like it's just doing the triangular shape backwards
yeah,
now, right? It's doing its thing, right? It's getting tighter in here. But it's also coming from this. So we have not. The problem is that because this is not a clear breathing room, I would have loved that to be a breathing room to go up, sweep it, do that instead. Um, so we have that sort of failure on that breathing room. But since we don't have any in this leg down here, I'm a bit now we have the breathing to the upside. So
yeah.
starting to look clean. Now it's about what story. of the side will take place essentially. Um, it's either we want to go down lower from here, or we're just gonna kick ball to the upside here. Um, but right now, as you said, it now looks more bullish as we speak.
Yeah, I will look some if price goes back to around 860, then I will try to see for a long
Mm. Through a CBC something, right?
CBC or the new Renko
Yeah,
thing.
Renko. Yeah, Renko is crazy, man. It sounds like a chessboard game or something. It's like a family type of game. Renko. It's a great.
Yeah.
It's a great name for a family game, like a board game. Renko. I'd be playing a lot of Renko if I had it. Yeah,
Ah,
that's
didn't come back
yeah.
yet.
See if that three again that bigger two is still the high time frame, right? So at the end of the day, it's
Yeah.
not something to be targeted. But man, those freaking autism levels are crazy right now. Holy smokes. They've been acting up lately, man.
Either it's gonna explode now or we're gonna drop really high. It's gonna, I don't know from which side still.
Yeah.
Like we had two legs now with no clean CBC to take.
Yeah, exactly. Um, but it's most likely getting that reaction away from that level again. The random green line, right? The random green line.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
We
he
had
doesn't
some.
want to let you in, man. Hey, you're making too much cash, man. He doesn't want to let you in. That's the reality. You know it's right. You know that I'm right about that as well. um, yo, Ovis, G, how you doing, man? It's popping in back and forth, man. Dun, 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 dun. That's the CBC, but I'll be careful with that sucker here in a sec.
Melita nebuvo boliuko. Ar supranti, nebuvo boliuko.
That's crazy. Well,
I believe that was by accident.
yeah, but crazy language, man.
Yeah, yes, you need to.
What sitting full speed in his car? I'm sitting there and
Yeah.
mega miles an hour and just full porting
This is because
logs.
you said that you're gonna post this online. That's why.
Yeah, that's right.
Tries to ruin it.
That's the CBC. That's a pretty aggressive CBC, but it's not such a good idea to do that based on the autism levels, right?
Now wait one more candle.
Yeah. Or you can just look for a confirm here in a sec. Feels like Huckle took this confirm right here. I'm pretty sure he took that sucker. And this is what I mean, right? With the technicals in this story, right? You guys got the understanding of that, but taking a long based on the technicals here will get you screwed without understanding the story behind it, right? You guys have understood the story by now, but that's a technical short from that point. If we tick above it, so so it's gonna have some sort of actionary move to the downside here. Not gonna like that high. It's gonna want to go away from that sucker.
That was an inside bar, right? Equal height? No, inside bar.
Yeah, the green one is an inside. That's right. It failed to take the two up top there, or sweep the high essentially, right? Um, it'd be way more clean if that candle stayed as an inside bar instead of it running that low, which it just did. Now it's a question. I believe it's still gonna give some sort of reaction up here. Probably take itself out and then run lower. Take that red candle out and then maybe run lower. That's the CBC short. But
I'm
I think it.
switching to shorts.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, isn't that the best thing about this, Saki? You're just adapting to everything that is happening. You know when to adapt to it.
Yeah,
It's a calm, you know, uh, a calm way of trading. At the end of it, you're just switching back and forth, waiting and seeing. You understand the probabilities based on the technicals in the story, essentially, right?
100%. That's why I said earlier. I mean, I was studying the defects and things like that, and I coded a lot of that.
Hmm.
Uh, but at the end of the day, I wasn't be able to figure it out
Yeah.
exactly. Well, it wasn't my thing, right?
Yep.
There are people that I was not very successful, or at least more confusing.
Yep.
Confusing.
Yep. Yep. It doesn't fit everybody, right? It's important thing that you have to find something that resonates with you, and I say that all the time.
Yeah,
It's no good if you're trading something that doesn't resonate with you. You're forcing it into your brain, right? That's not so smart to do that because, but nobody talks about it. I don't know why, but you have to do something that resonates with your brain, and that's why I push you guys to do that as well. To utilize the concepts, utilize what I'm teaching, and then create your own model idea around it, right? And otherwise, and that's how we know that it's going to work the absolute best for each and every single individual out there, essentially. Um, that's again just my belief, but it's I think it's a very important an important part to understanding the model. This is where you can look for a pretty hard reaction up. If that low gets ran, we know that that is most likely being ran as well. Yeah, there it goes. Best part, you didn't get a freaking confirm here to get on into a long.
I had a limit sell on 871 above that flat candle,
This
but
one, this one.
that one, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But it didn't went there. So
yeah. You wanted to take that CBC to the downside. Yeah, it makes sense.
yeah,
It's you can just sit here and wait for you to be tapped and make some money on it because with the amount of candles that are possible, it's absolutely nuts. It's every single turning point. If every single turning point is in one way or another a CBC or a sequence that plays out, which we know it is, that's when you can just sit and wait for your entry because yeah, it was you who told us that it was 330 sequence or 330 opportunities in a week, right?
yeah. On the 15-second chart.
Do you still believe that it's only 330 now?
Oh well, that's the with the prior information that I had.
Yeah,
Actually, from the information that we didn't have
yeah,
about how many candles is for the real shit show level,
yeah, right.
right? So that was prior to that. So every two that fails creates this opportunity,
Yeah,
and you will get around 350 per week
yeah,
on the
exactly, exactly. It's crazy, right? And that's
yeah.
without even looking at the CBCs, right? That's
No, that was like blindly.
yeah.
Just do this is my first version
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
of the
crazy.
automation anyway.
You know,
Oh
that's how you actually beat FOMO by understanding how many opportunities there are. How can you
yeah,
essentially have
well,
FOMO if you have 350 plus potential trades in a week? How is it possible to have FOMO? You know, you beat it by just compensating with having more opportunities, right?
yeah, 100%.
Oh, it's just lovely. See if we're gonna
We're
most
still in
likely.
this
Sorry.
we're still in this context. We haven't swept the low.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
or it's equal. It's equal.
But I was expecting. Expecting if we run those two lows I mentioned that this is most likely gone as well. So
It's equal.
might have that CBC now to run lower, but I think that high is also going to be swept and then we're going to plummet. But that CBC would be clean to take an aggressive short into the level here. There it is. That's the CBC2 into the downside. Absolutely wonderful.
I was expecting a little bit higher. Didn't take it.
Yeah, yeah, that was a very aggressive short there.
And,
It might just
and
come
it's
back up to sweep this breathing room now. Have that. That might be the case, you know. I'm gonna put my notation out here, so I'm putting my notation down there, so I know it actually got hit. But you know, um, it's so common. It gets fun reading price when it comes down to these things, and especially when you're
yeah,
reading it with people that are very autistic and know what the heck they're doing, right?
yeah.
That's what it's about. Yoink! Green line.
What's the green line? It's the magic thingy.
Yeah,
I missed
it's some magic shit.
that. Okay.
I got
I think
kidnapped by a van. Do you remember that time? And I was told about the algorithm. That it was that time. It was man. I'm telling you, for real though. This is like the sequences. There are going to be the foundation of every single model out there. Like I know it because it predicts the future of market structure. It's inevitable. It's that's a quote from Thanos, right? It's inevitable, and I like it's at the end of the day, this shit is it's out of this world, man. Because you will understand what the next move is before the next move appears, and suddenly you can read price backwards, and now it gets you know everybody that you know complicate things can't even find their stuff because there are again 5 billion things out there for you to learn and understand and glossaries and what whatever. That's been my recent rant, man. Freaking ICT glossaries. If you need a glossary page, you know you're doing something wrong, man. And at the end of the day, this is about counting to five, and that will literally take over market structure because it tells you the future of market structure. What is the next thing going to look like? And it's not hard. Like the market, after understanding this, it doesn't get hard. It's calm. That's the first step, right? Understanding how price moves actually, and then price becomes calm after understanding it. That's the CBC sequence of turnaround. So
Yeah,
we'll see if this wick
I'm looking
here.
for a three.
Yeah, that's the wick three. So now, if it wants to head back up, it's gonna head back from this low here. Um,
Yeah, not very confident.
yeah, no, not me neither. It doesn't look very clean, so I might just run that low one more time, but it'll be clean though to start heading back up from here. or like the ICT traders call it. Oh, it's just the 50 tap of the FVG. No. What about these FVGs then? What happened with them? It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts, man.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be on the right
A-
side.
As you can imagine, I have created a indicator with imbalances as well,
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
but I don't use it.
Yeah, exactly. You created it, but don't use it. Key point. Don't use it.
Yeah,
Hey, good
I
luck
added
with
also
it.
some extra stuff, but
Yeah.
still, I don't trust.
Yeah. Exactly. Man.
Mm,
Well,
okay.
good shit. Most likely heading back down here, but as we know, the ISS are not to be specifically targeted. We target shit levels, not ISS levels. Even though we can have some sort of reactions, it's only in specific cases, right? And we know you guys know that. So I wouldn't necessarily look to a 300% go down to the ISS, but it's definitely something that is doable. Um, and that's when we can react up from it, probably. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. See, we didn't get the um, move up, the confidence move up here. As we mentioned, we're most likely seeing it drop lower, not actually running up here.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
again
looking
strange,
into it.
isn't it? Strange, Sakis, that this just happened. Yesterday, we had these schedule levels being ran up schedule level with the autism level up to the schedule level, back down to the autism level, back up to what I noted out for you guys with this high right here, the 262, the highest point price would be able to reach that day. Randomly, it goes down right into the last point. And matter of fact, what is absolutely nuts is that I feel disgusted, but hey,
I'm also trying to figure out what those magic levels are.
644.25, and this low was at 645.00. So I was 75.75 off from grabbing the absolute high to the absolute low, which is strange, isn't it?
I
But
have
it
a
gets
magic level for you.
yeah, but it's calm after that. Yeah, that's the reaction off of the CBC that you see here, right? Just a quick tap on it and having that
Yeah.
bounce, but it's most likely continue down lower. It'd be very strange if it started to shoot back up from here, but um, can have some sort of reaction to then potentially move lower again. Pretty good stuff. Good stuff. Um, yeah, that's.
Let me see.
I wonder if you can take this aggressive move here too. That's very aggressive since we don't even target the ISS levels, but that's the CBC2 potentially here. I don't think I'm grabbing it. I think it's going to run that high as well. There it is. Random. Now I can start to retract a bit. Oops. Bit retracement here. As you can see, it's going to want to go down a bit, but it's most likely it'd be more clean if it ran that low, moved back up here, even to that high, and then moved lower. But I think it's gonna be too weak to do that. So instead, um, what would be the most clean thing is to run that low, run back up, fail it, go up here, run lower. Is that how you see it as well, or is it just me?
Yeah. You see, my screenshot
Yeah,
that I posted here. That's also magic level. See the reaction from the line that you see in the 65. This
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
green,
the low that we talked about, right? The
yeah.
magic level there.
That's my magic levels.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is
Yeah, that's your shit.
from the yeah.
That's
This
that's the good stuff. Um, yeah, that's the reaction up. Looking at these, boom, reaction down from that green candle here a bit, just wicking it. So now price is most likely after that high, it's gonna run back into here most likely. You know, it had to do this to me as well. I said it would be very strange, right, if price moved very much higher from the CBC2 at the bottom down here. But I didn't think that push down to the downside was that weak. I was really expecting that ISS to be taken at the bottom there. But I still do
it
believe
will
so.
it will still go down
Yeah,
one more
most
time.
likely. But it was I didn't expect that CBC to run so hard as a PUY. I guess it was the first PUY we had to the downside, I guess. So that might be the reason. But still a shit show in the lower time frames. That's the yellow line it could react away down to, as I mentioned. And now we can have some, it has to decide in here what to do. After running that high, that's the reaction to this point, and it has to decide after sweeping that yellow line, meaning. So now you're gonna have a reaction away from that point. There
Yeah.
it is. All right, so he for some reason wants to head back up. 452. All right, so it's now we can move down again and sweep that low, and then we might have the CBC to the upside to the side. So now it's gonna instead, if it wants to, of course, run into this low. Should be able to do that from here, but we'll see if it decides to do that. Well, that was random. Um, and now we can start to see it. See if it's, yeah. Now he's most likely dropping here. That's failed to in there.
It's yeah. It went back up to create these two, right?
Yeah, exactly. It went back up into this breathing room here to create that too. But
Exactly.
I want to see if this low holds now, just to confirm it, because it can still return back up to here to have that CBC 2-3 inside the 2 run lower. Um,
Yeah. But I had the sense it will happen pretty fast.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Will
If
happen.
it, it's this sucker's gonna enjoy the ride here.
Yeah. But my magic level is
Is he talking to you?
740.
740. Yeah, it's a right around my target as well. Then, and that's the best part. We all have different things that we're watching, but at the end of the day, it's all based around the same concepts, which means that everything is aligning. So your amazing levels is exactly where mine is, right? But in a different view set. And that's coming from, after, of course, a lot of work and finding your specific thing. I think that's freaking beautiful. That's the ISS2. Could have a reaction up from here as well, in here, after running that low. That low should, if that's the case, if you want to run higher, this is the last point in price where it can do so. like that, and then we might have that CBC2 in here. Might appear, feels not right to do that actually, but
I'm looking at that, but I'm not 100%
yeah,
sure.
it's um, it's a very deciding factor. You might be able to take a quick short here on the ticks if you confirm it, but short from there into at least. Yeah, it would be a pretty clean trade. It should be the last point to either go up or go down here.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see if he wants to. Could go up, run up one more time up. I don't think he's 100% done to the upside yet, so he's gonna turn
It's
green here to 799 like that, and then we'll see what he does from here.
not. I'm waiting of 807 somewhere to see what happens there
Oh, up top.
for sure. A little bit higher from what it is right now.
Yeah, I was expecting price to run just in here. So if it wants to go down from this area, it should be popping down now, because it is ran this high, just like that, pretty neatly. And now we have that CBC in here. I wonder what that short would have been. You're already at 4 hours here, but yeah, this is where it can turn around against you as well because that's the CBC. So this can definitely pop you right back up. CBC is the tick chart's biggest enemy, right? We know that.
Yeah.
He loves to stop me out in those instances. He loves to get me to break even. Really loves to. It's like the algorithm is after my stop, man. It's nuts. The algorithm, can you imagine? I was down that route. I don't even know how that's possible to be down that route. And till this day, I'm trying to figure out how I ended up. How so many people can end up there? I believe it's because they don't you think so? That people are essentially getting stuck in the idea of he has a lot of followers, he has a big platform, and it's this crazy thing, right? It's this algorithmic, very very hard thing to understand, which resonates with people because they already come into the industry thinking that trading is hard. Don't you think so?
To tell you the truth, I believe it happened by accident.
Which
I mean,
which one?
ICT, the the clout and the
Oh
publicity
yeah,
that he has.
yeah. It's yeah, that could be, but it's also I don't know. I have just the belief of, okay, why did I understand? Why did I want to get into ICT? Well, in the beginning, I'm not clearly not doing that anymore. But I think it's because you reach that sort of it messes with your brain because it is hard, and the explanation is it's the market's fault or the algorithm or the market maker, everybody else's fault, which resonates with people that want to come into the market and learn, essentially. um, I think it resonates with people in that instance because they get to this very degree of they don't have to face their problems, essentially. I feel like, but but the reason why you guys are seeing so much success in the very very minimal amount of time is, again, it's because it's simple and it forces you into this mindset of learning, right? It forces your brain to go into mega speeds of reaching a wall, which is your own brain. I don't know. It's just my take on it, but it's crazy to say it happened by accident as well, which is definitely the case as well. It was
And
luck.
marketing.
Marketing, yeah, he's a great salesman. Absolutely, I'll give him that. uh,
Not
you
only by him, but from many people, as you see into Twitter. So if you're new to the industry, all
yeah,
you see is BC, CB, how you
yeah,
call this,
FUG,
drone liquidity,
unicorn.
and you say, okay, I'm gonna go into that because that's all I see,
Yeah,
and I don't know any better
yeah,
because I don't know anything else.
yeah.
So if people are there, most of them at least, and you see that they succeed, like the big sharks at least, and they say, okay, it's my fault. I'm doing something. I'm doing something wrong,
Yeah.
right? But this is the way because everybody succeeds.
Mm,
But this is the way to go.
yeah.
That's why I say it's happened by accident. I mean, to tell you the truth, both on ICT, Michael, what's his name, and Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, I watched his videos on 2x,
Mm,
on double speed,
mm,
because in double speed he was talking normally, for
yeah.
me at least, with a lot of pauses, which is fine, right? And
Mm,
some rants here and there. And in the beginning, I didn't have a good impression for Dave because it just happened for me. The first video that I saw from him, he started dancing to this house music. I was like, oh, I'm here
That
to
sounds like
learn.
Dave.
Yeah, yeah, he did that, but accidentally, me, that was the first video that I watched from him.
Mm,
And in my head, immediately, I was like, not another ICT,
mm,
not another guy that he's here for, you know,
yeah.
for for his own sake. And I'm here to learn,
Yeah.
and I'm not here to waste my time with watching you dancing.
Mm,
I mean, yeah, okay, you can do that in your live or whatever. Maybe it was a live, I don't know what I saw, but if it's on YouTube, it's on YouTube, right? It's like, at least,
yeah.
maybe it's my fault, but it just happened the first video to be something like that.
Exactly. And yeah, it's that's maybe unlucky, and especially if you're very, I would say when you're coming from ICT, you are very very picky with what is happening around you because you clearly realize that this has not been the right way to go. Um, I will also say, I'm chatting a lot with Dave, right? And you guys know that, right? He's a
Yeah, yeah,
he's an extremely smart guy. I'm talking to like infinity type of smart, and he's also a very funny guy. He can joke around, and and at the end of the day, I think it was unlucky that you reached that point. Right after ICT, I think that's what made the difference, right? Not specifically that he was having fun, but now you're instead stuck with me sitting and singing to the music instead, like the same way he has. Now I'm sitting listening to the music and singing along to it in the streams. And but this time, right, it might be different because now you're coming from some sort of stable foundation as well, right? You're not coming from being stuck in that loop for years on end and then jumping into the completely new thing. I talked to this somebody that was trading ICT as we speak, and I had a DM with that person. I don't know what. Yeah, I think the name was Kelly or something. I can't remember. Actually, a good person, believe it or not. But and this person was like, "All right, but I have never heard the names of Dave Stoic and yourself, right?" Which is me. I can understand that I'm a very very small person in this industry, uh, but Dave and Stoic, never heard about them.
yeah,
And that just goes to show that when you join into this sort of ICT cultish thing, the only thing you will see on the entirety of X is just 100% ICT things. And because
yeah,
there's so many other creators of ICT things and this and that and 5 billion things and unicorns and stars and Jupiter, whatever, right? Um, so this person was like, thank you for finally showing me where I can go. And it's at the end of the day, you don't blame specifically the people that are into ICT. I It's just that ICT mindset ruins people's journeys, right? It sort of ruins people's viewpoint on there is other ways. I was the same. I thought there was no other way. I was literally being a stupid ass to to everybody that was not ICT. Now I'm on the other side because at the end of the day, I was stuck in that loop. And now, you know, I only wish somebody dragged me out sooner. And in this case, Dave was the one who dragged me out of that shit. And other, if that wouldn't have happened, none of us would be sitting here watching the shit show model. And so I think it's definitely has to do with luck and also some type of randomness. But everybody that joins up, uh, they find ICT very quickly because it's this idea of price being driven by algorithm, this crazy mysterious thing, right? Which is just not the case. It's just orders coming in and out of the market all day long. And
Order
that's
filled.
yeah, order filled, exactly. um that's what I mean, right? It's and nowadays it's sad to see that, but at the end of the day, it's I will. I'm 100% supporter of Dave because he is, since I've gotten to speak with him very closely a lot, developing things and looking at things.
Order filled.
He's order filled again, and then essentially, yeah, he's such a great person at the end of the day, um, on a personal level, but also extremely extremely smart. I'm telling you guys, you think that I have autism, that guy's he's he's the top tier. He's the godfather of autism. I tell him that sometimes. He's it's crazy. He's like, "Oh my goodness, I found this crazy thing." I showed him one thing out of my system, and he was like, "I found this crazy thing, this and that," and nobody's surprised anymore because I remember back in those 12 videos that he had. Um, I watched them and he was explaining his backstory on how he was literally looking at other models and creating something better out of it. And that thing is crazy because that's he can do that with anything. He can find some crazy things. These autism levels we're developing that, right? And so and the Shito levels, of course, they're coming from the sequences. All these levels are coming from my model, but this is some crazy things that can be played out, right? It's very powerful stuff, and he's a very smart guy. So, but I understand him. He's sick and tired of the industry. I understand him, right? um, but
I
definitely,
guess so.
he is a really smart guy. I promise you that um, it's fun speaking to people that but you guys are smart yourself, right? You're developing your own things in the same manner. You're just the same wire, right? You find something that resonates with you, you create some crazy things out of it, right? That's what you guys do as well, and that's all based on the foundation of the shit show model at the end of the day.
Exactly. So personally, what I posted here, the last screenshot,
Yeah,
I developed this indicator here that it's getting levels from data. It's data points. It's not something, you know, moving average shit and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
It's based on data.
Hmm.
Uh, and I saw many reactions from these levels
Yep.
and stuff like that. But 100% how to use it still, I don't know.
Yeah.
So in order to achieve it, I believed that the CTO model was the right thing to accompany it with.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I have the CTO model for the story and, uh, the
Hmm.
characteristics of the numbers and the everything else.
Yep. Yep.
And I have the confirmation and the targets and the magic levels from my own thing.
Yep. And that's what I've been saying to everybody in the group. Your goal is number one to be better than me. Good luck, and I support you. Right? It's both ways. Right? Try me and support me. And try to fight me on that spot. But what I also, because that's sort of again the goal, right? Um, but also develop your own thing out of it, right? It's that's what it's all about. I'm not looking to take your freaking clout and shit. I want you to become successful very fast, find your thing, create your thing, utilize your thing, all based around the foundation of this. And that's why I'm saying the shit show will literally take over market structure. Because look at you, you have your data points and then you utilize the shit show model behind it, right? And somebody else like Kai, he loves to use the higher time frames in the shit show model, and he creates his thing, but he still needs to watch the outline, the back end, the foundation of the shit show model. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. So that's what I mean. Um, you understand the basics and then start to see your own very things and tweaks to the market, and suddenly you will be able to utilize these points with whatever you have found, right? And that's the beauty of it. That's what I want everybody to do, and that's why
Yeah.
I'm pushing you guys to do it. That's why we're in this spot where we're in, right?
It's the new ICT. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
it's the new ICT. Is crazy.
No, I'm not kidding. Because if you think of it this way, all of the byproducts that came out of ICT and all of that, this is the shit show. If you think about it.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to even think in those terms, man. It gets me disgusted. Yuck. I don't have to think about it. That's wrong. That's what it is. It's this has nothing to do with bringing ICT, man. Man, imagine lunch hour. What the world?
Yeah.
Oh, New York goes to lunch. They go and eat a bagel. Stop trading, seek and destroy conditions. Imagine getting stuck in that mindset. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely nuts. And, at the end of the day, utilize this at all times, whatever. Hey, people in this group, we're all over the world. And I see that people that live in Australia, for example, right?
Yeah.
He kicks ball with NQ all day long, man. And he can trade the Asia session, London session, wherever. Who gives a crap? Man, you don't even have to call it sessions at that point. You just have to know when the open of volatility is spiking. It's just gonna move faster to your target. that's all it is. You know, you've been with me, right? When you guys yourself, we can sit here and predict the openings of New York session, and that's like
Yeah.
crazy to people. No, it's not. Just look at where is the shit show levels located at? Where do we want to go? Right? It's not weird. It's just about doing and understanding how the market operates, and that's it. And again, it can operate in many different ways. It would be faulty for me to say it just has to work in my way. No, I can promise you there are other ways out online somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Most likely, people are not teaching it because it's too powerful. But um, many different ways have probably the same view set that we have, right? Of the shit show model. They most likely do. But at the end of the day, what is important here is to understand that this is just my way of explaining it. There are many ways to explain the shit show model through other things, right? And for example, I've looked at bunch of charts from ICT traders online when I've gotten real triggered at a late evening or afternoon when I'm at my rant mode. Um, I look at the charts and I just see the sequence in there, and it's all these 5 billion things of this and that over here, unicorn, FUG, IFUG, into 4 hour block, and whatever it might be, right? Breaker block, whatever, all these crazy things. I just see one, two, three. Oh, sequence to turn around. Run that two, 4, 5, 4, 5 runs itself, take that two to the upside. Bang, done. There it is. That's the whole explanation of 2 years And I understand that it's hard for ICT people, people that study ICT, to come into a new set and thinking of of what the market might actually be, because at the end of the day, it's all about it's all really about your mindset into, all right, 2 years down the drain, and that must suck. I was there. I know that it sucks. 2 years down the drain. Here we go, starting over. How great is this? What a great feeling. I need to start over this bullshit, right? And but that's many times just the reality of knowledge, right? The more you know, the more you will know, and I say that all the time. And this time, you know that ICT is maybe not your thing. It's overcomplicated. It's crazy, and you can count to five instead of watching. I'm talking 500-600 hours of of ICT. You can count that into one, two, three, four, five. I understand that hits a spot in a bad way for people. Man, it's like a kick to the nuts, man.
I never watched ICT, by the way.
Oh, you never
But
did?
from himself,
Oh,
at
yeah.
least. From others, yes, his concepts a little bit. But I couldn't. I couldn't. Like 2 hours videos, 3 hours videos, and then try to watch a little bit. And he was talking about this guy on Twitter, whatever, here and there. It's like, no, man, I cannot do that. No,
Yeah.
I don't want to waste my time on something like that.
Yeah, no, I really did waste my time. It was, we talked monthly core mentorship 3,892, right? It's crazy, right? You can't come up with those things. And instead here it's just 6 weeks of hard ass work, and then you're done. You have now the knowledge that you need. Now just apply that with the story, and there you go. It doesn't have to be that hard, and people make it harder because they believe the market is hard. But you can understand every move of the market by counting to five. And that's literally, for me, that's my reality. And I still sort of grieve. I know you shouldn't do that, but I still sort of think about the days of, imagine if I just did not go into ICT in the beginning. I would have not wasted 2 years of my life, right? That's how you can think at the end of the day. But I'm of course very happy and satisfied with the outcome. I would have probably not been here and pushed myself to understand and create my own model out of what I now know if I didn't leave that spot, or if I even was there in the beginning. So I think it's also inevitable to, in one or another, for a lot of people to look into ICT, but that's a um, misunderstand me here, but it's a freaking cancer. It takes over your brain and it makes you more stupid at the end of the day. It just a lot of people in this group as well had to go through a bunch of um, hard processes of getting rid of the information that was faulty and didn't sit aligned with my model, which is something you have to do because you can't be holding on to information that you will not need. That's going to mess up your brain. um, and for those people that have made money with ICT, hey, good for you. I'm very happy for you. Good job, right? But I would say that's not because of its concepts. That's because of your brain, how you function. I can assure you that there's so many things that you are just seeing from the market based on who you are as a person and a lot of experience. It's not specifically tied to ICT showing you something. No, it's about experience in the market. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
And it goes, I will be honest and say it goes the exact same way for me when it comes to this model as well. You guys gain the experience, but it's the back end thing that sort of forces you to read it through one way. And that's about it, right? That's very important.
By the way, you see my magic level, 740, 50.
Yeah, yeah, 740/50 is crazy, man.
You didn't touch the CBC, huh? The IC, the ISS.
Yeah, you can suck my ass. That's what you can do. Exactly. Yeah, I didn't. Um, but it might just go up here to create a 2 and then run lower. That might be the case. But
Yeah, let me.
but again, the ISS levels are not to be treated as targets specifically. It's sort of a guideline. But
Yeah, yeah, of course, yes. That's why. If it was something else,
if it was a shit show
I
level,
would-
100% would have been swept at that wick there. So this might just turn around and look to go higher. Actually, but it would have been clean and nice if it went down there. Would have been clean and nice. We'll see.
yeah, it would be. Let me screenshot that to post it here for you to see what I saw at least
Yeah,
from
yeah,
my indicator. From my indicator.
But do you utilize that to your advantage when? By the way, hey, a lot of exposure on that indicator, man. What is it? That shit is hey man.
No, I'm very happy to share it with everybody who wants to help me develop it further.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's. I love that you just type magic there as well. Magic.
Yeah. So it's I call it the little tower, and before that the dots.
The little tower
The
is
dots.
crazy.
When I see little towers and then the dots before that
Yeah.
that created that whole bush,
Yeah.
I know something is happening
Yeah.
around there.
You know you're
I've
about
seen
to
it.
make cash, right?
So this is data, right? This is purely data.
Yeah.
It's not some sort of let's say 50%, 30% moving averages, stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's pure data.
yeah.
There is nothing behind that is like sort of calculation that is weird.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Would you say would have it been possible to create this stuff um without ever understanding the shit show model?
I had that before the shit show model.
Oh, you did have this before?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you developed it over time.
No, this is not the shit show, the shit show indicator. This is
Oh, right. This is the other one. Right, right,
yeah,
right.
the other one. This is, I called it the storyteller.
Ah,
That's and now we're talking about the story here, and the story goes this and goes here and there.
yeah.
And I was laughing because uh, I had that name already.
Are you sure about that? Did you develop the storyteller prior to me speaking about the story ever?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Way before. Let me see.
I'm just messing with your mind, man. I didn't know you created that stuff before it.
Yeah, the storyteller. I will tell you exactly because I know the version history.
Mm.
Where was the first day? 5th of December. It's almost
Well,
a year
yeah, I
ago.
was earlier than you then. I think mine was back in September last year.
Okay,
Too bad.
but I didn't.
Too bad. Hey, I copyrighted it.
And I was looking at there is another indicator that is called storyteller.
Mm.
Uh, like for example, the zones from DTFX, I call it the whisperer. I always go these weird names
Yeah, yeah.
for some reason.
Do you
I,
so do you have a model called "Suck My Ass"? Because I would definitely get into
mm,
that stuff,
yeah, I mean we can do something like that.
man.
The funny thing is, before I renamed it for storyteller, I was calling it that. That's what she said.
Yeah. That's
I was too
perfect.
long. Okay. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
refer to it. That's what she said all the time. Like, too many words.
Yeah, that's what she said. That's funny. Oh, I used the word. That's what she said. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, you see now. that high at 781.
Yes.
Yeah. If you click on the image again with the magic,
All right. That yeah. That's the bounce back, right? Bounce to bounce.
yeah, the target. So it went exactly there.
Yeah. So you sit from that point to that point, essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's neat.
potentially. I didn't take it because we're talking now, but
Yeah.
uh,
That's neat. That's neat. It's valid. Yeah, and
but
this
is
is what
not
I mean,
working
right?
all the time.
Even though we have different sort of ideas of price and this and that, what I've come across with the Shincho model is that it literally, you can understand, for example, how me and Dave can have the same targets, even though he's understanding it price in a complete different way. And I've seen other traders that have the same targets based on how they trade, um, that I have, even though my model is completely different, which somehow means and points into the direction of there is potentially a really good way of reading price. And a lot of people have most likely different names for it. They don't appear as often, but in on X and stuff, right? But many times you will see people having the same targets as somebody who is also trading the shit show model. And so the shit show model basically ties into a bit of everything. And it's because it's uh, literally at the end of the day, the shit show model is an advanced way of reading market structure.
And
And
getting into price.
sorry,
And getting into price.
yeah, and getting into
Also
price.
interesting.
Yeah, it's an advanced way of getting into price and understanding market structure at an advanced level, which is again, that's some really powerful stuff. And um and that's why it goes aligned with so many other things, because everything is essentially based around market structure, but now you can explain it because this is advanced from it, essentially. that's
100%.
that's how I can view it, right?
And your model is the only model I know at least that has an expectation for the future.
Yeah, yeah. You're not so focused on what is happening here or what is happening here. We're
Yeah.
looking what is expecting here.
Yeah.
This
So
is
now
what
my
we
indicator is something from the past,
Yeah,
but it's data related, so I trust it 100%
yeah,
because of that.
yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. And at the end of the day, that's what makes the difference here. You have the sort of idea of what price is going to do next, and together with the current, right? So how it again, I love to do this, the current with the expectation of the future, right? And we're trying to understand this, but that also makes us understand that, which also makes us understand that. And this is how you understand that you're in the flow, because you're just acting as a middleman. And while past price is over here, it's over here, you're getting stuck in the idea of watching this all the time. Everybody's watching past and the current, but you are focused as a schedule trader into this stuff, which works great because data that you have and utilize, right? That's perfect with the current of price.
Yeah.
It works perfectly. And then you add the expectation of the future together with, for example, your what you use there. Um, then you have a really good idea of what is going to happen next. You have, and not a single one of them are specifically focused on the past so much, right?
Yeah, exactly. So when I said earlier, when the price was like around 880 or something like that, and when I said like, hey, now I'm switching to uh, to downtrend to shorts,
Yeah,
it was also from the indicator.
yeah, and
Not only, but it's a confirmation for me
yeah,
for that.
yeah, and it is crazy because whenever you switch your idea,
Yeah,
it's based
you also.
on, I also switch it, but I don't even use your indicator.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's what I mean. We switch the same time. Bang, bearish.
yeah,
It's the same time. So what is happening here is This is absolutely a flow state model, right? But it's also understanding data without you ever understanding data, because what the
Yeah,
model is running on is pure orders. That's what it is. It's running on, and I actually chatted with a very special one about this. But this stuff right here is literally running on the idea of orders without you understanding orders,
exactly. Yeah,
because it's
exactly.
running on
Also, my
data.
indicators
Yeah,
based on things like that.
yeah, it's running on data, but it's also running on that story, that flow state, that idea of price, that you know expectation of the future. And everybody's like, you shouldn't expect the future. That's dumb. It's dumb. It's literally dumb, because all you're trying to do is make money from understanding what is going to happen next. You need to understand. You have to have the idea of what is going to happen next. That is expecting the future. So everybody that is saying, you know, you can't predict the future, that's dumb. You can't predict it to 100%. That's correct. But you can very, very much predict it. Absolutely. And that's what we all are doing in this group. And I don't understand why people are not talking about, in the industry, talking about expectation of the future. Literally.
They
It's
will.
yeah, yeah, exactly. They will. This shit will force them to talk about the expectation of future, man.
Yeah, but Jay, this is the thing. I mean, uh, you're way better trader than me, 100%.
No, I,
First of all, and the second is you don't need my indicator to have sort of have the same ideas and
yeah,
the trading and all of that. Uh, but I have one advantage.
yeah,
I can automate this.
yeah. That's right. Yeah,
That's the only thing. I mean, because the price I don't need to show. I show it on the I plot it on the chart, but I don't have to.
yeah,
I just need the price. I just need the time and the price from that, and I have it, right. So I can send it to a system and then do whatever I want with that.
yeah.
That's the and
But
that's
at
the
the end
whole.
of the day, isn't that just your system?
Yeah, it's my system. It's my system together with yours, and then uh, let it fly.
Yeah, let it. Yeah, exactly. Let it fly, man. It's the boom crash bang, right? But I've never used an. I haven't used an indicator in, man, years. It feels like. Um, it's my only indicator is my brain and the lines dotted, like drawn on the chart, and understanding the story. And I would say that you most likely, it's hard to beat the story through an indicator, definitely. Um, but I can pretty much say you can get close to it, right? This is some powerful stuff that you have right here, and um, yeah, I think it's if it's combined with the shit show model, that's when it goes absolutely nuts, man.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's what I
That's what I
do.
do.
Yeah,
That's what I do. I have yeah. So the same thing. I mean, I've listened to many people saying indicators. Yeah, you don't need them. Blah blah. I divide indicators into different categories. Let's say
hmm,
the ones that you would say the MACD or the EMA or the RSI
yeah,
and the moving averages and combining all of that things and showing something on your screen. And I'm actually the indicator that I have and I'm using, it's, except one is all built by me, uh, is just marking out, right? The shit show indicator is just marking out the twos and the threes,
yeah,
the shit show levels. Instead of you trying to figure out, is it here, is it there, right?
mm,
You can, it's an indicator, but you don't know how to call it. But I call them auto annotation,
mm, yeah,
right? So at the end of the day, instead of you doing it, it does it for you.
yeah,
So
right. And yeah, you're working your ass off to convince me to put on the very first indicator that yet to use in a very very long time. Um,
You don't have to. I'm never asking. If somebody wants, you
yeah, yeah,
can use.
definitely. It's some powerful stuff, and that's where we are developing together, and
Yeah.
your coding in my brain, and that's usually when you get a big hit many times when you work together on these things. And that's why you know, it's definitely going to be something huge out of that for sure. Like we know that already, both you and I, and it's absolutely going to be very powerful when people get access to that potentially, if they ever do. Right? We'll add that if they ever do. Um, you might just get yourself an island or something and sit there automation trade the shit show model, which is crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Just buy
I
an
mean,
island, sit there.
imagine,
The shit
imagine. Yeah,
show,
I
the
this,
shit
but
show island, man. Sounds
I'm,
crazy.
I'm telling you, would you rather spend all day on the charts?
Yeah, exactly. You're right. You're right. But at the end of the day, I have too much autism, so I have to get it out somewhere. I wouldn't be able to live with
Yeah,
myself if I was not able to
for
uh,
sure.
not watch the job because I think it's fun. Right now, I haven't. I've taken my trades on the day already. I'm up, 9 or something hours, but throughout this stuff, this is just fun for me. So, and I know it's fun for you as well to code things, understand things, and develop things. So it's at the end of the day, uh, what is fun, right? And I think even reading price from the Shichimon is fun because you can literally predict the future and the ticks of what price is doing. You've seen me just randomly do it here today. I didn't even utilize this. I didn't even take money out of this because I know there's 600 more opportunities upcoming, right? Not maybe this week, but maybe next week, right? And
Exactly.
that means that I can just sit here, calmly do it. No FOMO, no greed, or sometimes greed, right? You sometimes greed, but I can see that 21-hour push, right? Uh, but at the end of the day, we're humans, right? I'm not saying my model is 100% win rate, but pretty dang close to it. Um, you get what I mean?
Yeah, of course, of course. I'm just saying that when I'm gonna be 65, I don't want to sit all day on the
Oh yeah,
charts.
yeah. That's game over, man. I'm not in this game for more than 10 years. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's game over. So yeah, when I decide
So
to
you
leave,
have like expiration, let's say, date,
yeah, exactly.
more or less.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I, on the
like
other hand,
like a package of
I
milk.
can
That's
build
what I am.
something and I can be 85 years old and the shit show and the sequence will never stop.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. It just began, right? We've been talking about this, and
Exactly.
we were down at the atoms of of the market. We literally see how it literally has just begun. That's why also price is increasingly becoming bigger and bigger, and suddenly you realize that at the end of the day, uh, the sequence just began, and it just hasn't stopped. It can't stop because it grows bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger over time. And that's why you also look at prices. That's why it works with data, because data, and people say that prices only go up and up and up over time, right? The reason why is because there's a sequence always playing out and it cannot stop. That's why you have these dips, right? By the dip, yeah, that's at the end of the day. If you look at the monthly chart, you will see a sequence. I promise you, you will see the sequence. You will see the entire thing. It will make sense. And inside that sequence, you will see a sequence. Inside that sequence, you will see a sequence. Suddenly, you become this matrix kind of, you know, um, tinfoil hat type shit, right? At the end of the day, we're not smarter than computers, and computers only count with two numbers, zeros and ones. And at the end of the day, what do we do in the shit show? Yes, one, two, three, four, five. But every two is to four or five, and every one is to three, which means that we're just counting to two numbers, and you can translate that into zeros and
Crazy.
ones. He goes crazy. See what I
Yeah,
mean?
that
I have a lot of time to think, right? So you're saying we live in a simulation? Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's what it boils down into. Everybody can just count to two, and it's all ones and zeros. And hey, I'm telling you, I have too much time on my hands, man. Yeah, you should open some long on NQ and leave open trade for your grandkids. Yeah, essentially you could do that, right? Right? You can. Hey, that's why people say, "Hey, the market only goes up." Hey, the reason why is because it's just a sequence. That's literally what I believe. That's how nuts I've become after reading too many sequences, man. I don't know, man. It would be disgusting to look at how many sequences I've been reading. Just imagine the amount over the period, right? It's crazy. Oh man, what a great chat! What a great chat! Yeah, definitely. I'm just looking to see when this down here gets tagged so I can essentially end the stream. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to prolong this.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to prolong this because I want to see that low being tapped. So then we can finally end this shit. That's essentially what I'm trying to do here. There we go. Now we can finally end the stream. All right, guys. Thank you for your time and kick ball. Thank you as always. Hey, and especially you, Zakis. Thanks for the chat, man. You're a real one, man. Hey, good things to come. Good
Mhm.
things to come for the people that are being extremely autistic or something. All right, guys. Talk to you in a bit.
Cheers, bye.
Cheers.